episode 34 of the OG podcast. I'm your boy, Handy Killcam, along with my co-host,
OG Kronsta.
and today, guys, we are going to be touching some topics. I'm going to be talking about some updates going on with the PS4, some updates going on with, you guessed it, we are bringing back the resurrection of No Man's Sky. That's right.
Wow.
That is right, guys. No Man's Sky is not dead. It is very much alive. It's very amazing to hear what's going on with No Man's Sky. So if you are a No Man's Sky fan, please stay, or listen. However you get in part of the podcast, then this is where you need to be. Also, I will be discussing a new game coming out for PlayStation 4 September 26th. That is a superhero simulator. Sounds pretty awesome.
All right.
So those are going to be some of the main things that I'm going to talk about. And then also, I have a question, a debatable question. Hopefully it doesn't end up like last week's. If you didn't see last week's, tune in last week's. It was pretty interesting. But other than that, we will start off on people's weeks. So, OG, how was your week, man?
Oh, pretty crazy. So, last episode, I mentioned how I was going to be going into one of two positions, and I really wasn't sure because I wasn't getting any answers.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I didn't get any answers. So the very last minute, like very last hour of like the work week, which would have been like that Friday for me. Because basically what ended up happening was, earlier in the week I was told I was going back to my old position, which I had no problem with. However, I still had a pending, you know, potential position for somewhere else.
Right.
So basically, the entire time I'd just been waiting, and I heard nothing. And I started to think that maybe this whole transfer thing caused me to forfeit my application, my interview, and everything.
Oh.
And then I even got to the point to where Friday morning I emailed my old boss and I was like, "Well, it looks like I'm coming back, so go ahead and start all the paperwork," and which he did. And about an hour before I was gonna leave, I get a message saying, "Oh, by the way, the lady that interviewed you wants to see you." I'm like, "Oh man!" So like, I just
Oh,
told
wow.
everybody I'm already leaving, and then now I might actually get this other job. So I go see this lady, and she actually apologizes for not getting back with me. Apparently,
For
last
not
week was
doing her
hectic,
job? No, I'm just kidding.
right? But she explained to me that it was hectic last week, and which it was because every time it's the beginning of the month or end of the month, we get hit hard, and even my department got hit hard. So it was crazy for all of us. So I get that. So I didn't hold that against her. And she saw me straight up. She was like, "I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you were a very strong candidate. Like, honestly, you are a number two pick. Like, the
Wow.
only reason that you didn't get the position was because someone else who's actually already worked here before applied. So instead of having to train somebody, we just picked somebody that's already been there.
Well, that makes
Otherwise, the
sense.
position would have been mine, which, I feel good about that. I feel good about the fact that I actually interviewed very well because typically I suck at interviews, at least in my opinion.
Right.
But she told me that, like, she loved my interview somehow. So, I mean, it makes me feel good.
She
So,
loved the big D. No wait. Well, not the
apparently.
not the actual D, but your name starts with D.
Of course,
Let's just get
yes.
that right before we get hit with sexual harassment charges with your
Mhm.
new position or your job or whatever. Um, we don't need
So,
that.
right. Now, so I didn't end up getting the new position that I was going for, but I was able to go back to my old position. And honestly, I'm glad that I'm doing this because, one, I'll actually have a set schedule, which I've just got a couple days ago.
Whoop.
Now, so I will be Monday through Friday. The only difference is I'm going to be working that night instead of during the day. So, may have to rearrange the podcast a little, maybe go back to where we were. We'll kind of figure that out as it goes along. But yeah, basically I'm working 3:30 to midnight Monday through Friday once my official schedule starts. But right now I'm just helping out with training because I already know the material, so I'm just kind of assisting everybody else and kind of backing up the trainer and getting everything set up and taken care of. So I've been kind of busy dealing with that. But that's really been the majority. I don't come. I'm still playing my games on the side. Like I was playing PlayStation Now, which I finally got a glitch. If I finally got some lag, and it kind of cost me one of my files, which kind of upset me a little bit.
Mm,
But it only happened once, thankfully. So hopefully this doesn't happen again. Because you're streaming it, so you're not actually playing it as if
right.
you downloaded it. So I guess occasionally it will lag. So just be on the lookout if you have a PlayStation Now account or thinking about it. Expect some lag maybe here and there, but not too often. The biggest thing that I noticed is really there's the music sounds like it's a little off key. I don't know because it's just I'm not sure what it is, but it just doesn't sound right to me than what it would normally sound like. But I mean, but overall, it's still a good thing. So I've been doing the PlayStation Now, playing some games, doing the whole going back to my old position, getting reacquainted. And the cool thing about me going back too is that I'm going back to people who actually like me being there. Like when I
Mm,
was at my old position, I mean, everybody was nice, but it wasn't one of those like friendly, like welcoming kind of environments. Like the supervisors were cool, but the people I was with was kind of, I don't know, like I felt like I had to do work in order to get to know them, and in all reality, they should have been the ones welcoming me, not me having to go out of my way.
right.
But once like the people heard that I was going back, my old school people, they were happy to see me. They were like, "Oh my God, you're coming back!" Like they were excited. Like I got hugged today. One of my homies gave me a fist bump and was like, "Hey, we're having a barbecue. You can get some food." Like they were just straight up welcoming me. And that's the kind of environment I like. So I'm glad to go back to my real work family. You know what I mean? Because when you're working with people that actually welcome you and like you can tell they're happy to see you, it makes you want to stay. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah, definitely, definitely. I can relate to
so
that,
God
man.
always puts you where you need to be. And I prayed to God, I was like, if I'm not supposed to have this new position, put me back in my old position. And that's exactly what he did. So it all
Hey,
worked out.
hey, maybe God moved you there for a season, so you can see that what you think is always better is not always best.
That's right. He
And
let me have what I wanted. However, I got to see the error of my ways, and I can go back to where I'm supposed to be.
exactly, yeah, I could totally relate to that. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you're back where you want to be. Glad you're excited. Most of the people we already got a comment. Most of the people I work with are a waste of good oxygen. Some some composites pile could be used. Well then, DB, I'm sorry. It's that you have to face that in your job, my friend. It could be your line of work though too, and who you are in your position. Most people don't like to work. Most people don't like to work for a boss most of the time. Even though you're not a boss, I consider you a boss because at the end of the day, you you are the designer. So at the end of the day, if somebody comes to you with an idea, you can be like, "Look, bro, it's not gonna work. So go take that design somewhere else." But yeah, that's good, man. My week has been a little crazy. I've been a little busy, actually a lot busy, but really just doing a lot of IRL busy stuff. Of course, with my wife. He says I was the assembly department supervisor before my current position. So okay, do you like your position now or the position that you liked before? That's the question, DB. That
For me?
isn't. No, I'm
Oh,
asking
for the
DB.
guy that commented, got
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. From DB. And then while I wait for the answer to that question, um, what was I gonna say?
We're talking
Um,
about your week.
oh yeah, my week's been like really crazy IRL stuff. Of course, you know a little bit of this. OG. My wife's back kind of went a little cray cray, and then so she had to go, and basically what they said was it's just she just strained her back, and pretty much she just has to like relax more. And they gave her some pain medicines, and then the crazy thing was is she had okay, so he commented. He says, "I like what I do now because I work by myself, but I miss the people and some of the accomplish accomplishment in helping my people grow. Huh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
No, I
That's
feel that. I've been there before. I feel them there. I've been a manager before too, and I've also had to work in small teams in certain jobs, and it feels good when you all can do something together, or when you can help someone else do better, kind of a thing. Like it's a good feeling. I feel you, man.
definitely, definitely. I I guess if you look at Twitch as a job, I like doing what I do. I like being my own boss. I get asked daily, when am I coming back? Yeah, I guess that's where OG's at. Well, now he's back. I like being my own boss. I like doing my own thing. I like beating to my own drum. But I like helping people. Any way that I can. I probably do a little bit more than the average streamer does as far as helping streamers. Like I will literally go out of my way, take hours of my day, whatever it takes, because it's not. It's like this. When I see a streamer like lit and has got the passion and got the fire and the desire to do what they want to do, and they only need a little push, I want to give them that push, especially when the fire's hot, because I want them to turn that little fire that they got into a big old brush fire that just keeps you going. Because, like I said, the more people that get on fire for this business called Twitch, the better off we will all be as streamers. But to go back to my original week. So again, my wife was you can attest to that, DB, right? Yeah, I help DB out a lot. And I don't mind helping him either. It doesn't matter whether I get something back in return or I don't. I do it because for the love of streaming and the love of a streamer and the individuality of a streamer. See, there's one thing I was thinking of earlier today was that I don't compete against any streamers, because if you are yourself and you are your own individual, then nobody can compete against you, because you are your own self, because there's only one you. So there's no competition, because there's no identical person to you. And I was just like, wow. And once that set in my mindset today, I was just like, wow. So like that's just my new fire right now. But back to my original what I was talking about. So my wife's back is kind of strained and messed up. Well, come to find out, she had a respiratory infection, and she didn't even know it. I didn't even know she had a respiratory infection, so they gave her antibiotics. Well, hold on, we got another comment. You know what Optic Hayes says? If you hate the success, success will hate you. Hey, that's totally true. That is totally true, my friend. Totally true. So she didn't even know she had a upper respiratory infection. So then she took the antibiotic. Well, what happened was when she started to take the antibiotic, we don't know what actually irritated her skin. It could have been her pant leg. It could have been something that she touched while we were like going out or something with her leg. But the antibiotic ended up causing an reaction called cellulitis. Not cellulite, but cellulitis. It's actually different, because I thought it was. I was like, what? I was like, it kind of sounds like the same thing, but it's not. So she ended up getting like this big like rash, and it like causes like pain and stuff. So then she had to go back to the hospital, and get a stronger antibiotic on top of the antibiotic she's already taking. So yeah, my wife's just been in and out, but she's a trooper. She just started going back to work, and she just been doing her thing. So shout outs to my wife. I don't know how she do it. And then on top of that, my daughter got sick. So my daughter was sick. We had her over my grandparents for the week. Her grandparents for the weekend, and she come back all throwing up, all nasty like. And then I somehow ended up hurting the elbow, or the nerve that goes to my elbow, to my hand, and it goes all the way to my shoulder. That nerve right there. And so it's like, I'm like dealing with that. It's actually very painful. They call it the the nuclear nerve, or however, I don't know how they pronounce it. But yeah, so that's been pretty painful. But I've been streaming. Streaming's been pretty freaking amazing. I have this thing where you can redeem points, and if you redeem, I have this thing in the store where if you redeem points, you can like choose the game mode you want or choose the weapon class you want, right? Well, my viewers have gotten creative and they've been coming up with their own game modes and with their own like stipulations. So the other day we had one that was kill confirmed. Kill confirmed in Call of Duty is where you have enemy tags, and you have, when you kill somebody, they drop an enemy tag. When if your friend dies, they drop a friendly tag. Well, one of the stipulations of the game mode that this person requested was every time you get an enemy tag in the game, you get 100 biddies. 100 biddies is worth $1. So pretty much for each enemy tag I got $1. Guess how many tags I got, OG?
1,000.
Oh, I wish. That'd have been awesome. I probably would have broke the person's bank, but no, I ended up getting 16 tags, which is not bad.
That's still good though.
That's still good. And then I had another viewer, and they did it today, but they upped the ante today, where they do $2 per snipe. So each snipe kill I get, I would get $2. Well, today they did $3 per snipe. So each snipe kill that I got $3. So, and I ended up getting $21 within snipe kills.
Hey, there you go.
Well, it was pretty cool, pretty awesome. Didn't ask for the money, didn't ask for the idea. It was totally brought up by the viewer and strummed up by the viewer, which is really cool. I like it that my viewers are interactive and choose to come up with creative ways. I encourage them to do more creative stuff. It necessarily don't have to be with money. It's pretty appreciated, but it necessarily doesn't have to be with money. I'm totally down for whatever, because I like interacting with my viewers. That's my favorite part of streaming, in general. So, and let's see what else has been. Well, we are over the tags for biddies was fun. Yes, it was. Tags for bits was fun. We've reached over the 1,000 mark in followers.
Nice.
We are actually at the 1,200 and something mark. So shout outs to Twitch and their onboard program and whoever and who's all followed, and it's just been an amazing ride. Also, I've downloaded a new program that does it's called Boom Replay. And each time if you see something that I do in stream, you can tag a replay and it will replay part of the stream. But the viewers get to be a part of it. They're the ones that get to trigger the replay. And then what it does is it will send it. It saves it to your computer, and then it also sends it to a website called Boom TV, right? And people get to vote on it, view it, watch it, or whatever. Well, Mr. OG, my second time having Boom TV, I was trending in second place behind Dr. Disrespect with 4,126 views. No,
wow.
not 4,000. I'm sorry. 6,426 views. I apologize.
That's still pretty good, right?
Yeah, so I was trending right behind Dr. Disrespect, which is really cool. And the cool thing about it is when they click on your clip, they can click on your name, and it sends them right. They can click and they can just follow you right from there. So when people like watch it, they can just follow the channel like whenever they see the clip. So I could have been getting follows from there too. So it's been pretty freaking, I don't know, man. It's been crazy, bro. It's just been a crazy ride. You know, it's fun. It's fun regardless whether people are here or people are not here, people follow or people not follow. It's just been a fun, amazing ride, man. And I couldn't be more grateful and more happy. So, other than that, that's been my week. That has been my week.
Sounds like an interesting week for sure.
Yeah. So, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to kind of take the driving seat as far as the articles go, and OG's gonna be on the passenger side just for a little bit. So what's been going on? For those that you know, COD COD championships have been happening. So I've been watching a lot of that. It's not like the major playoffs right now. We probably won't. I think we won't get a winner until, I believe, Friday or Saturday or Sunday maybe. But right now it's just been like the big pools to see like where everybody's gonna place as far as a tournament. So it's been pretty interesting. Some major upsets. I probably had to say probably one of the major upsets that I seen today was like Rise beating LG, man. Sunday it's group. Oh yeah. Sunday is the big day. It's group stage now. Yes, thank you for clearing that up, DB. You're awesome. One day we'll have DB on the show. He's very informative and very cool guy. He always is. He's always the guy that reads the small print. So I always say I'm always keeping DB in my back pocket.
There you go. Is there like a prize pool for as far as who wins and whatnot?
Oh yes.
The grand prizes or anything?
Oh yes, there is a $1 million prize pool.
Nice.
Yeah. So the winner of COD Champs gets $1 million. I believe it's I think it's exactly 1 million. It could be 1.2 million, but I believe it's 1 million. The team that I'm rooting for right now is Optic, of course. Optic has been doing really good. They did really good in the pools. It's 500. It's 800K. I thought it was a mil. Well, I guess after taxes it's 800K. Yeah, 800K. 800K is still good. Shoot, you know what I would do with 800K? Shoot, boy. Oh my Jesus. What would I do with 8 million? That's a good question. That is a good question. Oh gee, what would you do with 800K?
With 800K, well, buy the house I've always wanted, finish off my car payments, pay off all my debts, pay back all the friends I owe, and open up my own gaming business. Because that's really my ultimate goal in life, is I actually own my own gaming store where I basically have a LAN center, I host tournaments, I do charity events, just all kinds of stuff. I had a spreadsheet until our hard drive crashed. Hopefully we moved it over to the other portable hard drive. But either way, I had a spreadsheet that had like a lot of the ideas I had and everything. So I would definitely get that business started so that, I can finally have a place where my crew and my clientele can just all chill and come together, just like the old Genesis days, and get that crew back together who could still be there and, just have a good old time. So, yeah, that would be what I'd do with the money. Pay back all my debts, buy a house, and have my business.
Nice. And you probably would still have a lot of money left over with that 800K, honestly.
Oh, I would, because I wouldn't just blow it all. I mean, okay, if you ever have a large sum of money, the smartest thing you can do is actually invest it.
Yeah.
Because if you invest and if you can find the right person to invest in, you'll pretty much be set for life.
Andy Gilcam. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Or you could just, try to live off the interest. But when you're constantly spending money, that might be a bit of an issue. So I would say invest, find a good person that, knows what they're talking about, someone who's actually legal, legit, and actually invest. Because honestly, the stock market's a thing. And the only reason that a lot of people don't do it is because they just can't afford to really get it started.
Yeah.
So with that kind of money, you can invest as well, and that'll help fuel the business.
Definitely. Now, what would I do with 800K? I'd probably, of course, I'd buy me a house. I would definitely buy me a house with a streaming room in it. I would buy a house here in San Antonio. I'd probably buy a house here. I'd probably buy a house here in San Antonio and then here in New Mexico. Since my wife likes to visit in New Mexico a lot. And as much as we like to visit New Mexico a lot, my wife's always uncomfortable sleeping because it's not our bed. So I'd probably have a house here and in New Mexico. And then that way, when we're not in the house in New Mexico, we could just rent it out. And then we're still getting revenue from that. And then, of course, I would, do some upgrading stuff on my streaming equipment, I would actually get a gaming PC and play some Battlegrounds. And I would invest it, but I would invest in stuff that I like. I think the smartest thing to do is invest in stuff that that you like yourself or that you are passionate about. Because if you don't invest in something that you don't buy, then you're not helping your own you're not helping your own investment make money. Is is the way I look at it. It's like investing in Coca-Cola because they make more money, but you drink Pepsi. Are you really helping it? I know. I know. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's not a smart decision. The company that always makes the most money is not always the best decision.
Well, but I see what you're getting at, because if I was to invest in Pepsi, since I like Pepsi so much and I would drink it, that's going to definitely make this some money. That makes perfect sense.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a win-win, that's what I would do with 800K. Of course, that doesn't speak for the whole 800K, but that's what I would do. And I would get us like a legit podcast set up to where we would be broadcast on iTunes and stuff like that. I'm actually like turning my wheels on figuring out how I'm gonna get this done, because a lot of people, they listen instead of watch. So I want to get it to where they can listen to it in whatever format they want to. So be on the lookout for that too, guys. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of COD champs today. In fact, I actually streamed it today in my stream. A lot of my viewers was like, stream the tournament. I was like, let's get it done. Why not? It's on Twitch. As long as it's on Twitch, it's not a problem. It's actually legal. As long as you don't like try to say that it's your broadcast, you know what I mean, and kind of still make it your own. So first bit of business that I want to talk about today is
business.
If you have a PS4, there's gonna be a PS4 5.0 update. Don't worry, I haven't left you Xbox people out. Xbox 2 is also coming out with an update, but it's not as extensive as PS4's. I actually had to look up PS4's update because it's like kind of extensive. But the only thing that really stuck out to me was there was two major things. For one, I didn't even know this. Did you know that the PS4 does not stream? And I mean by stream, I mean you stream from the console to Twitch by itself not with any of the equipment I have. Did you know that the PS4 does not stream in 1080p? I didn't know that. I thought it automatically did that already. Well, apparently with this 5.0 update, it's going to be able to stream at 1080p.
Nice.
Why it took so long? Who knows? Why it wasn't there from the get-go? Who knows?
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense too. Because I know, like years ago, I used to know people that are always like, "Oh man, the future of gaming and entertainment is 1080p." Like that was like a big thing. People kept throwing in my face when I was like in public. I'm like, "All right, guys, I get it." And then PS4 is lacking in the 1080p when they first dropped. Really?
Yeah, like in the streaming department. Like Xbox does it. I mean, you could do 1080p. I mean, it's hard to watch. I mean, but it's really hard to watch any 1080p stream that if you are not partnered. Just because on Twitch's end, they don't give us unpartnered streamers a lot of bandwidth to work with. But if you're partnered, they give us more bandwidth to work with, meaning they give us more room on the server. So I guess that could be a reason why, but still, to just not give us the opportunity to do that, I just really thought that was really weird. I was like, huh? Now, granted, I really don't see a big difference between 1080p and 720p, especially when I'm watching on mobile. A lot of times I watch on mobile.
So you're watching on mobile, then it doesn't even matter for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. I watch a lot of. I'm not gonna lie. All you people that I watch after I host you, I watch you on mobile. And you can sit there and say why? Because it's easier for me to type. I can use my voice dictation and type in the chat, and it just makes things easier for me. And I'm able to take care of my daughter, chill with my wife, do what I gotta do, and still like be a part of the stream. But this is why I don't watch multiple streams at once. You know, a lot of our major viewers, our big viewers, they watch about like 4 or 5 streams and at one time. I personally don't do that. If I'm in your stream, I am in your stream to be in your stream and your stream only. If I'm in your stream, I'm in your stream to give you my attention. Not that I feel that it's bad for people to do that, because I appreciate people that do that for me. But me personally, I'm just old fashioned. If I'm in your stream, I'm there to give you attention. And if I can't give you my attention, I leave. And it's just because I don't want, because I know a lot of people, they know that I'm that way, and if they see that I'm in there, they'll ask me questions. And then if I don't hear the questions, or if I don't see the questions, then I feel bad because I can't answer them. And then they're like, well, where's Handy? You know what I mean? So if I'm in your room, I'm in your room. That's just how I am. But like I said, the 1080p, and then some other things too, they're making it where like the notifications, you'll be able to see the notifications, like, I don't know, like appear on a different page. Was really no big thing to me. But the biggest thing that I wanted to bring to attention, and you were just talking about it, is PlayStation Now. They are saying that some things that the new update may not work good with PlayStation Now.
Uh-oh.
But they didn't release like why or what's going to happen or what. So, this new update that's coming out, you may have some issues with PlayStation Now, which really sucks. Because
so when is it supposed to happen now?
They didn't give a release date, but we just got update 4.7 or 4.8 something. So it's gonna happen soon, but I just don't know how soon. So just be prepared.
Well, I guess I'll be ranting and raving about it soon, whether it's good or bad.
I just think it's. See, this is where I think where PlayStation lacks, is because how are you going to have an update of your operating system mess up your most profitable? Like, I think it's profitable because, I mean, you're paying $20 a month. That's a lot of freaking money. Okay? That's a lot of...
I mean, if you add it up, because, if you're the kind of person like us who pays bills and whatnot, like, yeah, like, $20 a month does add up.
I mean, think about it. In, like, 10 months, that's like $200. $200, And to have something mess up, an operating system messed up a system that's $20 a month, that's ridiculous. And
yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be paying $20 a month, I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of lag. I mean, I pay money for Netflix, I pay money for Crunchyroll, which are all streaming services, and I have absolutely no issues with them. Well,
you hear that? No issues.
No issue, because Crunchyroll, never had an issue with Crunchyroll, which is the anime app program that I use to watch all my anime. And of course, everybody knows what Netflix is. If I have to tell you, like,
then
I don't know.
You are our friend Josh. That's who you are.
See, I don't like to name names, however.
But I had to do it. It's not like he's not going to be listening to this. We don't even know where he's at.
Probably not. But either way. But yeah, again, I pay less money, as a matter of fact, for those two, because I only pay about $7 a month for Crunchyroll, and I pay like $10.81 for Netflix. I'm paying $19.99 for PlayStation Now, and I'm gonna have lag issues.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I was and then my girlfriend also told me that the day before I had an issue, apparently she had an issue too. So I'm like,
Well,
so
maybe there's already having issues before the update even starts. Maybe the
update's already happening, and we're just
in the loop. Yeah, we're just in the loop. So I don't know. I mean, I honestly think PlayStation comes out with too many updates, to be honest. And you always look at the patch notes, because I don't know if you noticed, but you can actually look at the details. And it's always to update.
Oh, I never look at that.
I always do, and it's always the same thing: improve performance. But guess what? The performance is always the same. It always takes me 5 minutes to load up YouTube.
And it's funny you bring that up, because a new thing that I'm doing in my YouTube channel is I'm doing weekly 7 night update videos because that particular game does an update every Wednesday night. So, and now it's funny because you're talking about how someone does updates all the time and it doesn't seem like to be a big deal. But with the game 7 nights that I do videos on, they actually do stuff with it. They
Oh
add new
wow.
content. They make fix some bugs. And that's kind of what I'm doing. Like I talk about what updates they have, and then I also talk about the responses that people are giving because people like to complain for stupid reasons. So I call them out on it. So like that's a new thing I'm doing now to try to make things a little more interesting. But
Calling
it's funny you
people
bring
out.
that up.
That's
Yeah, more
awesome.
or less. Like
Let's see.
people are just ridiculous now with what they complain about. And if
Mm,
I think it's legitimate, I'll be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But there are just some people who are just, I don't know. You can't please something you just can't please no matter that person, no matter what you do. Like, that's just what it is.
you know.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, if Sony's constantly making updates very, very often, it should mean something.
It
Because
really
if the game
should.
can do it, if a company that makes mobile games can do it, why not a company who makes consoles?
Yeah.
A bigger company,
Mm.
might I add. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Sony.
And I want to share something with you. PlayStation has the biggest player base. Monthly. Um, it's like what was it? Okay, so Steam's at like 564,000, 500 and something thousand. Well, PlayStation's a little bit up that. You know where Xbox is at? Xbox is in third place. But I can tell you why. I can tell you why Steam is right there, and why they're the most played during the week and the most. They actually have 500,000 people playing daily. You want to know why?
That's pretty good.
You want to know why?
Because it's free.
Well, that too. Well, the games are not free, but the the operating system free. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, man. That game is like beating records. That game is the most played game. It's already beaten all the most played games record. Most people playing one game record already at like 700,000, and we're talking like new reoccurring. Like right now there's probably 800,000 people playing Unknown Battlegrounds right now. It is the most popular. It's the reason why Call of Duty's viewership is down the tubes. Well, I mean, Infinite Warfare doesn't help, but Unknown Battlegrounds, or which everybody calls PUBG, which I really don't understand why people call it PUBG. If somebody could please bring it down to me why they call it PUBG when it's called Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Wait. Player Unknown.
Well, Player Unknown Battleground would be pub, and then the word BG basically being battleground, so PUBG. I kind of get where they're going with it. It's just kind of fun for people to say, and it's catchy.
Yeah, but I would just rather just call it I call it Battlegrounds. I don't know, cause when I hear pubs, I think Call of Duty, and because pubs.
When I hear pubs, I'm thinking about getting some drink. That's all I'm saying. Like pub is old school for like a bar. I don't know if y'all know this. But like, if you're going to a pub, you're going to go drinking. So
that's very true.
That's
very true. That's very true. I did get my drink on that last weekend too. Actually, 2 days in a row, which was really weird for me.
Nice.
I really don't drink much, but this time I kind of drank. But we had family in town and stuff, so
it was kind of a celebration. So that's cool.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, and then we're gonna go on to Xbox's update. And again, I don't understand you Xbox driving me nuts. Like, if Family Guy,
Microsoft,
if Family Guy didn't have a Grind My Gears thing, I would totally have my Grind My Gears segment. Because this is what grinds my gears about Xbox. You just come out with a whole new interface, of having, we're going to change out our overlay and how we do things. And, it's going to be more streamlined and look amazing. To do what? 4 or 5 months later? Oh, we're going to change it again. We're changing it again. So, for those that don't know, if you are not a part of the Xbox
community.
Well, yeah, Xbox community, Xbox testing community called the alpha, whatever. It's already rolled out for them. It's going to be rolled out to the general public soon. Pretty much, they're changing out the whole overlay of the main menu in Xbox, and everybody's gonna complain, I don't like it because it's different. It's nothing different. It just looks different, but it's the same 3-window concept. You have your recent game you're playing, and then your favorite games you're playing, and then you have your other things, your store, and blah blah blah. There's nothing different. It's gonna look different. That's all it is. And then you get to have like more customizable stuff. But other than that, to me, why, I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, it's like, are you trying to be like PlayStation, or are you trying to do your own thing? Like, why do you keep changing
maybe they
stuff?
Well, Sony's making an update. Why don't we make an update? Let's just move a few things around and call it an update.
But why? But why? Why not fix your party system? Oh, that's another thing that grind my gears, man. Let me tell you something. So for, what is it, DB? About 2 weeks. Okay, I didn't get to mention this in the last episode because we ended up getting on a rant about the whole Twitch affiliate bot thing. Or whatever it is. It's not a bot. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. I don't even want to get into that right now. But anyway, so for the past, they fixed it now. But for the past, like, what was it, like 2 weeks, like Call of Duty was like completely unplayable with your friends on Xbox. You could play it by yourself, but the minute you joined with your friends, like players on your friends list, you couldn't. It would disconnect you from the game. It would disconnect you from the lobby. You couldn't even be in a voice chat party. You could be playing 2 different games, and you couldn't even like get into a game by yourself. You had deliberately could not. You had to be completely separated. Or you couldn't play Call of Duty.
This problem happened for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. And like
that sucks.
Like they were just like, and like it was just no big deal. Mind you, on PlayStation, nobody had no problems.
Oh well then.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to PlayStation. I get it, but like, I just don't understand how when you have a $3 billion gaming, gross in a game, how are you just going to sit there and be like, yeah, our game's broken. Our friends, they can't play with their friends. They got to play by themselves. That's funny. And you're just sitting there just chilling on the beach or doing whatever the heck you're doing. You know what I mean? But hey,
Meanwhile, paid customers are being upset.
Yeah, but mind you, because PlayStation paid the most money, I'm just being real. That's probably what happened. That's probably how the contracts go. They're probably like, hey, PlayStation's like, hey, if you give us our content, the content first, we'll give you like $7 billion, and we'll pay for your yacht, and we'll pay for, all the things that you love, and we'll pay for all these things. And so, you know what? They're like, hey, bro, I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii for free. Let's just go to PlayStation. They're like, all right. So we just got to make sure that none of the stuff that's happening on Xbox happens on PlayStation. Done deal. Let's do it. And we also got to make sure that it's easier to shoot people on PlayStation than it is on Xbox. That the bullets don't rubber band. All right, done deal. That's exactly how it goes down. And I just, like, why is that acceptable? I'm sorry. If I was a maker of a game and I had all this money, I'd be like, I want the same experience everywhere. Same experience everywhere, or you're not getting my game. Simple as that. I'm going to PC. That's just how it is. Like, why is that okay?
And PC is a crowd.
Apparently, PC's master race, but we won't get into that conversation right now. I need more physical evidence of PC being master race. As far as, okay, I understand the whole, it's cheaper to build a PC. I understand that, it's more easier to build and whatnot. But as far as like having to update every 6 months or do all that stuff, that's just annoying to me. Anyway, so like, yeah, we could not play Call of Duty for like 2 weeks. Well, I couldn't play with Grandpa. Grandpa just said, you know what, screw it, I ain't even playing Call of Duty. You know what I'm playing? I'm playing freaking PUBG. Grandpa was playing PUBG, man. Grandpa was going off on PUBG. That's how popular PUBG is. They're pulling PUBG. I even own the game and I can't even play it. That's how popular it is. I actually have the game, but I can't play it due to my computer not having a good graphics situation. But anyway, so yeah, like apparently, like Call of Duty just does not care about Xbox, so that was very frustrating. And again, like I was talking about, the Xbox update's coming out, so be ready, be prepared. You're probably gonna be annoyed, and you're probably gonna say it sucks. I'm gonna be annoyed, just because I just don't understand why there needs to be change. And then here we are. Dun dun dun. This is pretty much update segment, episode update. What you call it? No, what's that game that everybody forgot about?
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that game. I did it on purpose. I actually knew what it was. I just did that for effect. No Man's Sky is getting an update, a major update. Apparently, now I wish I'd have been a part of this. I wish I would have been playing the game. I wish that I would have been paying attention to this, because I would have loved to have been a part of it, just to say to be a part of it. But apparently, like, they had Twitch had like an interactive stream with No Man's Sky, where like you just watched it, and like certain codes would come across the screen, and you would have to like put in these codes and certain things, and it would unlock certain things about like the game that's coming out or different things. It's pretty freaking cool. They are actually, you know how I guess what's the best example for augmented reality? You know how? Okay, yeah. Here's a good example. You know, Pokemon Go. You know how like it's kind of have like augmented reality, where like it kind of shows like the Pokemon's like in your house, but he's not like really in your house, but it's just like looks there. Well, apparently there's going to, in this update, there's going to be, it's not going to be with the phone. I'm pretty sure it's going to be with like PlayStation VR or something like that. But apparently this is getting introduced to No Man's Sky. So
interesting.
Very interesting. Apparently they had I don't understand, but apparently they had it showing on the Twitch stream, and a hamster in a cage. And they said in the stream that the hamster it will not be harmed. Why a hamster? Why all that? I don't know. That I didn't watch, but again, it intrigued me. It made me want to be a part of it. I wish I would have seen it. But apparently, and you're gonna say, well, this doesn't matter to me. Again, this is where I'm gonna go on a little bit of rant. Because a major thing that's coming to No Man's Sky. Are you ready? Are you ready, OG?
What's that? Multiplayer?
It's getting there. They have made it to where you can actually visit your other people's planets. So, say for instance, if I somehow pick up the game again, I can go pick up Janet, or I can go check out Janet's planet. And which increases the chances of multiplayer interaction. So
increases the chances. Now we talked about this before. This is where they failed, because they promised something that they couldn't deliver. I don't know, and me and you both stand firm on this. This game does not need multiplayer interaction. It really doesn't. And I'll be honest, I've watched the woman play a lot, and it's actually an interesting game, like when you really, really get down to it. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are curious about how to play the game and what to do and what not to do, I would recommend playing in creative mode first, because in
Okay.
creative mode you basically have access to everything. Money is no object. You can have the ships that you want that are more expensive with all the slots you need. You can basically travel anywhere within a certain limit, and you can do things. And once, as you're doing this, you learn what to do and what not to do, so that eventually when you actually play it the normal way on normal mode, you'll actually be somewhat prepared. It will still be difficult because the game is not actually easy. I mean, I guess if you take your time, it could be, but I mean, the game can be a bit of a challenge. But once you've already played on creative mode, you already know what to do and where you need to go and how you need to do it. Because that's exactly what the woman did. She started off in creative mode, learned a lot of stuff, and then now she's applying it to her normal mode campaign, and she's been pretty successful, because she already has a head start. So,
Now my question to you and your woman: have you found anybody?
no, not at all.
Okay.
No, everything that we found has just been a weird generic name. And it's kind of funny because I like to make things interesting. Because normally when she's playing, I'm playing on my mobile games. So what she'll do is she'll actually ask me to name the name of the planet. And it's usually like a long series of letters and numbers. And I'm like, you're traveling to Ukpadabagadaba. You know what I mean? And that's literally what it'll sound like or look like. And I say it dramatically just to make it funny and have dramatic effect. And it makes it something interesting for us to do when she's going from planet to planet. You know what I mean? And, it actually kind of gives us a way to kind of spend time together, as far as
That's
her
cool.
playing and me kind of watching, interacting with her. And it's actually pretty cool. Like, it's a legit game. I will give it some credit. But yeah, for those of you who never played and is interested, start off in creative mode. You have everything, and you'll kind of give you a head start to figure out how to do stuff. And then after that, go to normal mode, and you'll be like, okay, I need to do this. And it will be harder because you're not invincible anymore, and things can actually kill you. But you have the gist of it.
Yeah,
So
I've actually died in that game a lot.
yeah,
I actually,
I believe it.
I mysteriously got the game because when I got my PlayStation, the person gave it to me, so I was like, well, okay, I got No Man's Sky. It just sits there. But for those that don't know,
Yeah, and you tried to play. It's just that it kind of wasn't really your thing from the way that it sounded, and that's
no,
okay.
and okay, so I'm gonna be real. I'm a big sucker, and I've said this before in many, many episodes. I'm at the point where I can't play one-player games hardly. I have to have multiplayer interaction. That's what keeps me
Yeah.
intrigued into the game. I like meeting people, having fun, and interaction. So I like killing. I like killing. I like killing humans. No, I like killing or I like
And this is why
competing.
we get blamed for violence in the world.
Yeah, I know. I like I like anything that's competitive against an actual human being. That's probably why I don't like zombies in Call of Duty, because I'm not actually competing against an online player zombie. I'm competing against an AI zombies. So it bores me, and there's no ending, and it gets bored. But the best way I guess to say, you know, No Man's Sky is it's like a sandbox exploration game. Um,
It's literally the true definition of what is that term everybody uses for
Open world,
open world. Yeah,
open world.
literally, it doesn't get any more open world than No Man's Sky. It is literally the true definition of it. You explore multiple planets, multiple galaxies, multiple solar systems.
Yeah,
Like
they said you'll
it,
never you to actually. I've heard this. They said they to explore every planet it would take you like more than like 300 years or something like that.
oh yeah, as a matter of fact, little known fact, the developers don't even know how many levels there are. They actually have sent probes into the game to sort of figure out and kind of discover where everything is. Like, not even the developers know how many hundreds of thousands of planets there are. That's how big this game is. You know what I mean? Because what the creators did was they just inserted some formulas, said this is how some plants should look, this is how the vegetation, the waters, the animals should be, how they should look, and then they just started doing random calculations, and boom, tons and tons of planets just appeared, kind of a thing. And said, all right, here's their game, and then they built their model of who the player is and what they need to survive, and there you go. But yeah, they actually had to send probes into the game just so they could try to figure out how many planets there are, and they still haven't figured it out yet. There is actually no true number yet.
So just to let you guys know, if that's something that intrigues you, go check out No Man's Sky. And for those that say No Man's Sky is dead, it's a very much alive.
Really play the game. It is a legit game. It really is. If you like having your own world, your own exploration without other people trolling you, you can just do your thing. Now the computer will troll you, obviously.
Oh yeah,
they're trying to kill you.
Yeah,
but as far as other people, because people can be a-holes. Let's just be honest. There's thousands and thousands of them in this world. You don't have to worry about that. You can do you. You can do your own thing, and that's why my woman loves that game, because she doesn't like having other people mess her up. She wants to be able to mess up herself. She wants to be able to do her own exploration, and she loves it. Like when I bought the game for her, she was the happiest person in the world, and she still plays it off and on. Even though we have PlayStation now, she still goes back to No Man's Sky just because she likes it that much. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta like your own thing and not like what everybody else likes. So, speaking of trolls, and this is just a random question that just popped in my head. What's the most trolled game on mobile right now?
The most trolled game on mobile no longer exists, which was Blood Brothers.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I say that is because it's more like spam than trolling, really. But there were just so many people advertising so many websites that were not legitimate. They're like, hey, come to this site. You can only spend this amount of money to get all this stuff. And you go to the website, you spend the money, and you just realize you got scammed and you got nothing. And it actually happens in other mobile games too.
Yeah, it happens in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Blood Brothers, it was very hardcore in that game. But again, Blood Brothers no longer. Well, okay, it does exist, but it exists in the sequel. The original mobile game, Blood Brothers, which you'll never see me play because it no longer exists, was horrible in spam and it's trolling. And anyone who's ever played the game, you know what I'm talking about.
But, yeah. I played that game for like 5 minutes and I was done.
Yeah, and the biggest reason that I played, and it was stupid of me, like, because the game was okay. So a lot of people, and I'm gonna just make this statement here. A lot of people complain about mobile games because
I will answer your question here in a minute.
Spend money.
DB, go ahead. Sorry.
It's all about like spending tons and tons of money, and like they don't give you nothing if you don't spend any money. And in most mobile games, that's actually wrong. You can still be a free player and get far. The only exception was Blood Brothers. The problem with Blood Brothers is that the only way to even stand the chance was to spend $50 per event. And that's the minimum. And in some events, you have to pay hundreds of dollars in order to be top dog because everything costs so much. And the worst part about it is that you'd win this great legendary hero that kicks butt for like a month and he's obsolete. So you got to spend a ton of money again the next month.
Sounds like
potentially win something.
Sounds like PCs. You have a computer for a month that kicks major butt. It's got all these graphics, and then a month later, your computer's obsolete.
It's obsolete, So, and the only reason I was playing for so long because it was my first, mobile RPG. A good friend of mine got me into it, and I was kind of like chilling with him. It's kind of our way to kind of reconnect. And I was
reunited. Yeah, go ahead,
sir. That's kind of why I play, for the sake of keeping up with other friends. But man, did it cost too much money, and that's part of why I stopped, because I can't afford that. Like, I don't spend money on games like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were asking someone's question. Go ahead.
No, you're good. DB had a question. He said, did I do a little research on Fortnite? Actually, yes and no. Okay, so Fortnite's this like crazy game everybody's talking about. That's just came out. If you guys want to see a good streamer, I mean, again, everybody, it's opinionated to everybody. Everybody has their own taste of streamer. So if you want to see somebody that is dedicated to Fortnite, go check out Iceman, TFA Iceman. I forget the number. This is why you guys should never put numbers in your names. Because 9 times out of 10, when somebody's trying to shout you out, they're going to forget your number. I do it all the time. No offense to you guys that have numbers in your name, DB. I love you to death. But half the time when I want to verbally shout you guys out, because I think a verbal shout out is better than the whole chat shout out, I always forget the number.
If nothing else, try to make it like maybe a 2-digit number, like 83 if you're born in 1983 or something. Or if you have to have it that way, my suggestion to streamers is just to say the name without the numbers.
Yeah, but then if you don't say the numbers, then they can't find the channel.
Well, then that's their fault for putting 10 numbers after their name.
Yeah. True.
I'm just saying. Maybe I talked to. I don't know.
No. But
I'm about to make some people upset.
I know it's okay. I have this discussion with people all the time. But anyway, his name's Iceman. Again, I forget the number. But he TFA Iceman, man. He actually plays with no fingers. It's really freaking amazing. He plays all kinds of games too. He plays Call of Duty. But anyway, the main game he's like sucked into is Fortnite. Basically, Fortnite is like this thing. It's like a sandbox, game. Pretty much you can build and create. But the main thing what you're trying to do is you're building and you're creating and you're defeating zombies. Now, the two things that I didn't like about the game was, okay, for one, zombies. Well, actually, let's say 3 things I didn't like about. No, four things about the game I didn't like. It was zombies.
How about 5?
Oh, well, we can round it out to 5 right now. 5. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'll find a 5th thing. Okay, so 1, zombies. I'm so tired of zombies. Every game has zombies now. Even PUBG has zombies now. I'm so freaking. Can we make a game without zombies? Can we make a top good game without zombies? It's only a matter of time before Overwatch has zombies. I'm serious. I'm so.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him. I would say like maybe 5-10 years ago, like zombie movies were kind of the crave. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta see this zombie movie," and there's movies that are actually comedies based on zombie movies, and and then all of a sudden they started making all these zombie based games, and it's like, hasn't it gotten old yet? Like, can we come up with something else? Like, can games do something else now?
Yeah, I'm so done with zombies. Like, I really am. Like automatically if the game has zombies in it, I'm not playing it, or I'm not at least playing that mode. But if the game has if the main game of it is zombies, I'm not playing it. So that's one reason why I'm not playing Fortnite. The second reason why I don't like Fortnite was because, okay, so I'm thinking like logically smart, okay? So the idea is to clear the level. Like, you have levels, right? It's not like open world. It's like level based, right? So you have to defeat the zombies in the level, but pretty much the way you defeat them is they try to come and destroy you, but your base has to defeat them, pretty much, from what I understood. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I understood. And so I'm thinking, because there's a night and day, right? There's night and day. So I'm thinking when it becomes night, the zombies come out. So I'm thinking you only have like a matter of time to, build your base and defeat the zombies. No, they decided to simplify it. You want to know how they simplified it? Are you ready?
Sure.
You can activate the zombies whenever you're ready.
Fight all day and all night.
Fight all day. You can plan all day, plan all night, and you hit the ready button when you're ready. That to me is Ivy. Daddy's doing.
So it's
podcast,
not a legitimate thing because zombies aren't gonna just wait for you. Ideally.
Yeah, it's like to me, if you are somebody that's like OP in the game, you pretty much, there's no challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, yes, there is levels there. I mean, you can level up your characters and all that stuff. But to me, that right there turned it off. And then, like DB was saying, there's a major paywall. So to really like
Hmm.
get to the game, you gotta pay to play, or you could be like Iceman and just grind the crap out of it. Which, to me, personally, there's no reason to make me really want to grind the game. Now there is multiplayer aspects to it, but it's not like your fort versus my fort, which I wish to me that would have been awesome. That would have been really cool. But it's co-op, so it's like you and your bunch of friends team up together and help build up a massive fort to defeat the zombies together. So he says pay 39. He says pay $39 now. Play the early access, free to play, in 2018. Does that make any sense? Yeah, that means it's not free to play.
Right.
We are going to have this episode. We've been waiting to have this episode, just because but we are gonna have this episode of what they call free to play, and how they say things are free to play, but it's not really free to play, and half the time the games that are early access end up being the actual game, and they don't do anything else to it. Hence to H1Z1. That game's still in beta stage. That game's never been completed. That game's never been completed, and I'm almost afraid. I'm almost afraid. Uh, I'm almost afraid that it's gonna happen. That it's gonna happen to PUBG. That's almost what happened to Ark. But then Ark, all of a sudden, they actually were smart, and they actually finished their game and released it, and it's now like $59 to play. But yeah, I don't I don't agree with the whole free to play. If you wait until 2018, now granted, I don't like I said, the game doesn't intrigue me. I don't see nothing about the game that I really want. But and that's mainly the reason why. To me, it's just not. Guarantee H1Z1 has been focused on towards porting to PlayStation instead of updating their current game. It could be true. It could be true. I've heard rumors that it's coming out to Xbox before PUBG. Um, I don't know. It depends. Whichever one comes to console, I'm getting. I'm totally down to play those Survivor games. I was almost down to getting the curling. The curling's kind of the same thing. It's exactly like the movie The Hunger Games. If anybody's seen The Hunger Games, I actually recommend seeing The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is actually really, really good movies. I was really surprised. It's a little quirky, a little weird looking, but it's a really good movie. See all three of them. But the game is exactly like Hunger Games. They even have the announcer, the little scoreboard in the sky. It's also an early access game. Um, but it's like 20, but it's only like $20. Um, but the one thing I didn't like about the curling that turned me off is that it was only, I think it's like only either 12 players or 16 players, and with Survivor games that are out now, you have like 81 players to like 61 players. So yeah, I was not. I almost bought it. But I didn't. I was close. I was really, really close, but I didn't want to buy it after knowing that it was only 12 to 16 players. Just because to me that's just too quick. But yeah, but a new game that I am intrigued about, and that I will talk about, and I was so intrigued about it that I actually saved the article on my phone. So give me a little bit here while I pull it up. But it's coming out for the PlayStation in 2000. Is it coming out this Ivy? So, anyways, so here we go. Here we
Video whole music.
Yeah.
La la
La la
la.
la la la. Okay, so a cool looking superhero sim game coming to PS4 in September. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of read this article. Many video games offer players the chance to step into the shoes of a powerful hero, but few, wait, d- despite the gravity of role like, are you ready?
Sure.
Mega Megaton Megaton Rainfall. That is the game. A first-person superhero sim. So, for those that don't know, sim means. Are you ready? Go ahead. Let us know what sim means. OG.
Simulation.
There you go. Simulator. Close enough. Um, and
Sure.
from independent developer Pinda couldn't. I don't know. Today, released the trailer for this ambitious title, announced its PlayStation 4 release date September 26th. Megaton Rainfall places players in the role of indestructible. I actually read this whole thing and it made sense to me, but now that I'm reading it out loud, it doesn't make sense
Now that it's
to me.
live, it makes no sense.
Superhero, inter, uh, interdem, interdimensional superhero. I don't know. You'll have to use your in immense powers to defeat the Earth from alien invaders, but your superhero abilities can involuntarily destroy the people you're charged of protecting. Each new superpower you gain has a dark side, and
Uh-oh.
you must avoid you must avoid. The developer says in a post on PlayStation blog. Your basic your basic shot destroys entire buildings every time you miss your target. Your telekinesis can prevent enemies from enemy grenades from damaging the humans, but it also can send vehicles searing down the street. The the gigantic blast can destroy an enemy mothership or an entire city. So
Dun,
and
dun, dun.
dun dun dun, and actually the graphics look amazing. Like it's pretty freaking amazing. Those that are in those that are in my Discord, I will post the article in. Um,
Cool.
Pentanomial says the sought to capture the the unprecedented freedom of movement of being a superhero with I want to say Megatron, but it's not Megatron. It's Megaton Rainfall. Uh, and as such, the game features in immerse destructible environments that players can freely fly around. At the beginning, you'll be limited to exploring the Earth from the bottom of the ocean to the stratosphere, but during the course of the game, you will gain the ability to fly to the moon and walk across the sun. Megatron Rainfall will also be coming to PC via Steam. Shout outs to Steam. Though they haven't announced a release date for the PC version yet. PS4 players can also play the entire game using the PSVR, and also the title will feature PS4 Pro support for 4K resolution. So
All that 4K.
all that 4K. But anyway, this game looks freaking awesome. Now they haven't announced if it's an actual free game, free to play, free to pay, or if it's a full pay game. But I will say this. I'm a superhero fanatic. So to actually like be like an own like superhero, custom superhero, and then like it not already be like a Marvel hero or a DC hero, and like it's just gonna have like its own thing, and you could probably be your own thing. I'm already intrigued. I'm probably gonna buy this game.
Seems like one of those like very customizable, just interesting type games. So
Yeah, I'm hoping, and this will probably ruin the game, but I'm hoping that it has like some kind of like player versus player interaction or MMO action.
multiplayer PvP basically.
Yeah, something like that.
PvP or co-op.
But if not, I probably still will play because, like I said, I'm a superhero fanatic. So, like I'm all.
Oh, and speaking of co-op, I never did ask you. Did you ever end up playing the multiplayer demo?
I was waiting for that question, and to be honest, I have a confession. I haven't played it. I didn't play it.
Oh.
Did you play
Talk about my confessions. No, I didn't.
Confession number 3. I didn't play Final Fantasy PvP. Yeah. Coming out lately on stores everywhere.
But no, I don't even have a PlayStation Pro account or whatever. So
PlayStation Plus. Yeah.
Or Plus, whatever. I don't have that account, so I can't do it. So,
Yeah, it's not that I didn't. It's not that I just, like I said, this week I was like so busy with everything.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have time to play like other games. I was even late for my streams. Like it was crazy.
Oh wow.
And I'm never late for my streams. Like never. Like I'm one of those people, like I harp on people, like schedule and being on time is so key. But like, I couldn't help it. Like I actually had to I had to take pain medicine and everything. It was, me, like I'm one of those people, like if I ain't got to take it, I ain't gonna take it. So, but yeah, like I literally I had to take pain medicine and stuff, so that like made me stupid sleepy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So I wasn't prepared for that. So yeah, I didn't get to play it. Unfortunately, I wanted to. I really wanted to, but I just didn't get a chance to play it.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I was slacking on making videos. I wanted to make more videos. I only made I think 2. I actually plan on making 4 of them.
I was even slacking on uploading the freaking podcast.
Yeah.
I actually just uploaded the last 2 weeks episodes to YouTube, like just now as this stream is going on right now. I was actually so if you didn't get to see episode 32 or 33, if you weren't here for episode 32 and 33, you'll be able to watch it today and along with episode 34. So you get a triple play for
triple threat.
Triple threat for free $99, and I'm not one of those people.
6 easy payments of $3.99.
Yeah, free $99. I'm not going to be one of those people that say it's free, and then once you get to 10 minutes of the podcast, to hear the rest of the podcast, please deposit $3.99.
Right. Sounds like a payphone.
Okay, so this brings me to the debate question of the stream. And I'm not going to mention any names, but this happened to me, and it's happened to a few other people. Okay? And apparently, some streamers have it to where no matter if you've built a relationship with them, shown them support in other ways or whatever, the moment you unsub to them, they unfollow your channel. But they have it to where, like, they say if they sub to your channel, they will follow your channel. Now, I got 2 questions for OG and for the chat. For one, do you think that's um like buying a follow per se? And two, do you think that it's right for the streamer to do that? Not okay. Now I'm saying morally right. There is no wrong or right way to stream, really. As long as you are in the terms of service, you're fine. But I'm saying morally as a person, do you think it's correct? And I'm not calling any streamer out because there's a lot of streamers that do that. And let me add the third part of the third part. You are not a big streamer. You're like a small streamer. You're not getting like 700 viewers per stream or 1,000 viewers per stream or anything like that. You're like, let's say we'll throw a number out there. You're getting like 50 viewers per stream.
Sure.
Okay. So, do you think that's fair? Do you think that's morally right? And do you think that's like buying views? Or buying follows
I need to kind of understand the question a little better because that was kind of long. So basically, how do I feel, I guess, about people who sub for the sake of just having someone to sub back to them, kind of a thing?
Basically,
and if they remove you to remove them?
Basically like this. Yeah, it's basically like this. If I want you to follow my channel, I have to sub to you. I have to pay you $4.90, and I'm not talking YouTube sub. I'm talking like Twitch sub, where I have to pay $4.99, $4.99, right? I develop a friendship with you. We're good. We're actually friends. We play together. We've been cool. I tell you, I'm gonna unsub to you because of.
And then the moment that you unsub to them, this person that you've been cool with for a while, all of a sudden they just kind of disconnect from you.
Yeah, they say, you know what? Well, they don't necessarily disconnect you fully, but they say they're just not following you on Twitch anymore.
Well, it seems like you have more of a business relationship than an actual friendship.
Right.
That's what it sounds like more to me.
Right.
Because if I unfollow you for whatever reason I decide to, and then you do the same thing back, then all it really was just a business transaction. That's
Right.
really all it was. You're no longer financially supporting me. There is no reason for me to financially support you. That's what it boils down to.
Right. Yeah. And now, do you think that is morally correct?
Personally, no. And the reason is if I was to sub to somebody from Twitch, it's because I love their content and I want to continue to watch their content. I don't do it for the sake of saying, well, you did it for me, I'm doing it for you. No, I'm doing it because I support what you're doing. I think it's legitimate.
Right.
And if you support me, whether you support me or not doesn't matter.
Right.
What matters is the fact that I like what you're putting out there. So if you're subbing to me and then all of a sudden, or I decide that I'm no longer interested in your content, so I unsub, and then because of that you unsub, then
well,
there was really nothing to begin with.
Wait. Well, let me share something. Okay, what I'm talking about. There's a difference between a follow and a sub, right? So for instance, I sub to you, but they never sub to me. I sub to you, but you never sub to me, but you follow my channel. There's a difference between being a follower and a sub.
The follower doesn't necessarily have to pay.
Right, exactly.
Well, then the answer is still the same, though.
Yeah.
It still becomes a business transaction
right.
because, I stopped paying for you, so I'm going to stop supporting you in any way, whether it's financial or not.
Right.
You no longer get one less business partner from me because you did it to me, kind of a thing.
Right.
And no, I mean, I don't agree with it only because if you sub to somebody, that's the person that you're doing it because you care for their product. If I don't care for your product, there's no reason for me to sub for you. It's as simple as that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of like it is the same thing as kind of with the whole YouTube thing we talked about, like in the early episodes. You had made the comment that you should never just sub for sub.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna sub, you should be because you like their content, not because you're just trying to up their numbers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I mean that's what a lot of people on YouTube do.
I don't do that.
A lot of them they want to get X amount of subs because it helps them out or whatever.
Right.
And that's cool. Me personally, I appreciate the people who subscribe to me on YouTube. However, I only want you to subscribe to me if you actually like what I'm doing.
Right,
If you
exactly.
don't care about what I'm putting out there, then don't waste your time. Sub to somebody else.
Right.
This isn't something I get paid to do. I
Right.
just do this for fun on the side. And if I happen to entertain or educate somebody on the side, it's just an added bonus. I mean, I am at no point in time desperate for people to sub. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So,
DB says, this is what DB says. He says, I think it could be viewed as a good strategy for both parties. Yes, but okay, so now here's the thing, right? Now, here's where I was like really like deeply like thinking it basically a stream perk when you sub. Yes, but so this is what I was thinking, right? Because we were talking about the whole follow bot and all this stuff. Did you know? Now, did you know? Did you know a follow bot actually costs money? Did any of y'all know that a follow bot, to get a follow bot, you have to pay for a follow bot, and a lot of follow bots you have to pay monthly. So I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about it in this situation. When you start subbing to somebody, if you start subbing to somebody, to gain a follower, isn't that sort of kind of in a weird sense, in a follow bot kind of way? In a sense, even though there's a human behind the situation, you're paying for that follow, because I mean that's pretty much what happened. Was I was paying. Well, I didn't sub to that person to pay. I didn't sub to that person for a follow. That's not the reason why I followed that person. I subbed to that person because of different situations, and I can no longer be a part of those certain situations, so I unsubbed to those situations. So I didn't sub to that person for. I never ever will sub for a follow. So, or I will never sub for a sub. In fact, this is how I know like I'm around some good people sometimes, is because I had one person, again, I'm not going to mention any names, but this is the kind of people God puts me around, and I'm very thankful for this. I had a person sub to me a while back, and he said, look, I don't want you to sub to me because I sub to you. He said it like this: if I sub to you because you sub to me, then I'm not making any profit. We're pretty much just paying for each other's subs, and it doesn't help each other. He says, I want you to pay it forward. I want you to pay it forward. If you pay it back to me, it's not paying it forward. And I was like, and so once that person enlightened me, and I was like, wow. I was like, dude, that's so true. I was like, think about it. If I sub to everybody that subbed to me, I wouldn't have no. I would basically be back at zero. Not saying that I don't support you guys for what you guys have doing or what you guys have subbed, but there's other ways to support and show love. Like a raid or a host or stuff like that. But you should never. Okay, I should never have to buy your support. If I support you, love is free. If I got love for you, that's like me saying, well, for me to help you for your stream, you got to pay me. No. For me to, now I'll raid you regardless, but to get raid priority because I have so many people that I follow, that's different. You get priority. That's like playing with me. You get priority. That's different. But that's not listed anywhere. That's just me saying that morally as a person. That should never, like, put it like this, right? If somebody unfollows me because I'm not sub to them, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me at all. I could care less because I'm making my own identity. I'm making my own moves. If I'm relying on that one person for a strategy to make it on Twitch then I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong as a streamer because I shouldn't be relying on that person's fan base to get me somewhere. I should be attracting my own people regardless. Now, granted, there are certain things you have to do, but as a core, I should be making my own moves. Like, for instance, Olympus was Olympus was my own move. Granted, they reached out to me, but that was my move. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of whether I lose that one follow, I still have my own structure. You know, able gamers that had nothing to do. You see what I'm saying? I'm making my own moves. If you are not making your own moves and you are relying on other people to make your moves for you, then you're not really growing. You're not really growing as a streamer. So in a sense, I see the strategy, but in a sense, if that is like your main part of your strategy, then you really need to sit back and you really need to reflect. There's no difference than any other business in order to advance. You have, I'm not saying not to network, but I'm saying like this. I'm saying like this. I am not going to keep subbing to somebody to keep them as a friend. I am not going to keep subbing to them because to be honest with you, at the end of the day, if I'm subbing to that person to keep him as a friend, then that's really, really sad on my part. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, of course I'm not gonna get into it because that's personal business. But I'm not here to pay to keep friends. I should never have to pay to keep a friend. If you are my friend, if you are a follower on my channel, you are a follower on my channel because you believe in what I believe in. If you are here because of any type of money or any situation because you feel obligated because I've paid you or anything, then don't be here. Because I don't want it. I don't want it. Yes, networking is good, but networking is it goes deeper than paying somebody money. No, I got a light on right here. I just need to put it up. I don't.
Yeah, you are kind of like in darkness.
Yeah, here. I see that, but I can't really do much because if I do, I got to get up and take off my headset or whatever. But if I got to keep you, if I got to pay you to keep you, that's like pretty much. Forgive me for saying this, but it's pretty much I'm prostituting you for company. It's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much if I got to pay you to keep you, then I'm prostituting you. And that's not, yes, that's business, but that's dirty business. And I don't do dirty business. I shouldn't have to pay you to keep you. I shouldn't have to pay you to keep you as a friend. I shouldn't have to come and donate to keep you as a sub. I shouldn't have to donate or do anything for you to sub. It should just happen.
It should be because you wanted to and you like the content.
Right. Now, granted, like I said, there is a point to networking, but when it comes to I have to scratch your back to keep you around, then I'm doing something wrong.
Well, the networking that people are talking about too is to up those numbers. That's what networking is about, is upping those numbers. If you don't care about upping numbers, then there's no need to network. You just do what you're doing, and then the people will come.
Well, yeah.
But, people who are trying to network are people who are just trying to make those numbers go up as much as they can, and that's really where the two sides go.
Right, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm all about numbers. Like, I'm not all about numbers. Like, I like the numbers. You know what I mean? Who don't like numbers? You know, I like the viewers in my room. I like viewers in, followers. But that's no different. That's no different than paying for a viewer bot. That's no different than if you're paying for your viewers to stay. If you are paying for followers, that's no different than a follower bot, and that's no different than a viewer bot. It's no different. It's just, guess what? They're not bots. They're humans. And they're pimping you out to keep them around because they know, oh, DB needs me because I got this many followers. DB needs me, so I'm that's just how it is. And I don't play that game. If that's how you feel about it, then, I'm not going to go and hit that sub button because I need you as a friend. I don't need you as a friend. I need friends. I need followers, but I don't need to pay for them. You know what I mean? And that's just how I feel about it. Now, I believe in networking. I believe in all that. But there's many networking, I wouldn't even say deals. There's been many networking relationships that didn't cost me a thing. Able Gamers didn't cost me a thing. Olympus Esports didn't cost me a thing. What's another one? What's that podcast? Eviscerated Podcast didn't cost me a thing. All that was doing to networking. There's networking you can do that doesn't have to cost you a thing. It's all about your love and they believing in who you are and you being a natural and being a real person. You know what I'm saying? Those things didn't cost me a thing. I didn't have to put no money down to be a part of Olympus. I didn't have to put no money down to be part of Able Gamers. They believed in what I was doing. They believed in the content. They believed in who I am. I didn't have to put no money in. So that, yes, there is networking, but networking necessarily doesn't mean that has to cost money. I didn't sub to Grandpa. Okay, for instance, I don't sub to Grandpa for networking. I sub to Grandpa because, for one, Grandpa is funny as hell. 2, Grandpa is an inspiration to me because it shows that gaming is ageless. I don't mean to make Grandpa sound old, but we all know Grandpa. Grandpa's old, and Grandpa is cool. and another reason why I sub to Grandpa is because of his interaction and his dedication, and he puts so much work into it, man. He puts so much out of all of us. He deserves partnership over all of us. He still deserves, even though he's got a sub button and he's affiliated, he deserves partnership, man. There's no reason why he shouldn't get partnership. And so I support that. Now, if Grandpa don't sub to me, that's fine. If Grandpa subs to me with whatever, that's fine. Grandpa doesn't donate to me, that's fine. That's not why I do it. But on the outside, it may look like that. Because people don't know the relationship that me and Grandpa have. All my subs, I have a relationship with. All my people, I have for instance, I just messaged one of my subs today, because I was like, hey, I've seen you on, such and such system, but I haven't seen you around. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Is there anything I could do for you? Are you okay? Is there something going on? That's the kind of love. That's love. And people know I got that genuinity love. So that there's, you know what I'm saying? Do people now? Am I saying that if you're not subbed to me, I don't give that love? No, that's not true. I still give that love to Nemo. I got Nemo's personal number. Me and Nemo text each other all the time. Is Nemo a sub? No, he's not. People sub because they want to sub and they love you. That I don't need to buy people's love, and I don't sell my love. Love is free. That's why I don't do the whole, if you sub to me, I retweet you. If I want to retweet, if I like what you say, I'm going to retweet it. If I like what you do, I'm going to retweet it. If I support the business that something that I'm affiliated, I'm gonna support it. And Nemo said this: if all you needed was followers that believe in you and other streamers that believe in you and host you and believe in what you do, and there is follow and sub, they see in you and start following you. I think, yeah, exactly. Like, for instance, and I don't mean to put Nemo on blast. I really don't. But if Nemo allows me to, I would like to share a little bit. But it's up to Nemo. Just say yes or no, Nemo. Just say yes or no.
We're gonna
Uh,
create a soap opera called All My Subs, apparently.
yeah, all my subs. And Nemo's not even a sub, honestly. And that's where I was gonna get at. You know, there's people that want to sub to me but can't, but they love what I do. Okay, so basically, Nemo loves me for me. Like, loves that I'm a man of God. He's a man of God, and he wants to sub, but he can't sub because of certain situations and stuff like that. But he's still here. He still shows the support and everything like that. It's not. There's no difference. It's just no difference. There's no difference between really being a sub and being a follower in my book. But if people want to sub, if people want to donate, they can. And that's just all I'm getting at. You shouldn't have to buy my love. You shouldn't have to buy me supporting you. You shouldn't have to buy me hosting you. You shouldn't have to buy me following you. If I want to follow, like for instance, T-Money don't even come in here. Hardly ever. But I support that kid like no other. That kid's going to be somebody. Like, I got so much love for T-Money. But does T-Money come in here? Barely ever. Does T-Money donate? No, he shouldn't because he's only 13. Does T-Money sub to me? No. But I got love for the kid. Love is free. Love is free. And that's just how I feel about the situation. I feel like you shouldn't have to buy my friendship. You shouldn't have to buy my help. And, you know, and I feel like people that do that, you know, are necessarily follow body. Now you're gonna sit there and say, well, and we're gonna end it on this, I promise. You're gonna sit there and say, well, what does it mean when people have their chat on sub only, right? Well, only should with the right people who surround themselves. He's going to be a great COD player. Exactly. You know, and that's amazing. And for me to sit there and say that I've played with that kid, one day I'm going to be like 60 years old and freaking, what's his name? Freaking T-Money's going to be like a COD pro player. And I'm just like, I knew that kid, man. And nobody's going to believe me. They're going to think I'm like old and stupid. But I'm going to sit there and say I played with T-Money. But anyway, so, like I was saying, like to this. What was I getting at? Show me, what was I getting at? What was the last thing I said? OG. What was I talking about?
Basically, you were talking about how you and Nemo kind of have a thing. He's not paying because of personal scenarios, but it doesn't matter because what he does do shows that he has love for what you're doing.
Oh, sub chats only. Yeah. Okay. See, DV was paying attention. OG wasn't paying attention. Wah. Wah. He's over there playing on his phone. Wah. No, I'm just kidding. So sub chats only. Now, the only time you should do sub chats only, in my opinion, is when you got like 1,000 viewers, because half the time those other freaking 909,000 people or 900 people are there to just troll or whatever, and you need to pay attention to those people, to the loyal people, because 9 times out of 10 those loyal people are going to be the ones that sub to you if they can. And so, like, you know, Dr. Disrespect, he's got his stuff on freaking sub only. Well, that makes sense, because look how many freaking viewers he's got in his, he's got over 30,000 freaking viewers, 30,000 freaking chatters in his chat box. That makes sense. Now somebody that's got freaking only 20 viewers in his chat, you got it on sub only chat, get the flip out of here, bro. Don't even come there in that mess. I ain't even gonna spend time to even try and talk with you, you know, because that's just, you're just trying to figure out ways to make people you're trying to figure out ways to make people sub to you. You know what I mean? If you notice, if you go to,
trying to force it, basically.
Yeah, you're trying to people force. A sub should never be forced. If you go to my panels, I don't have any perks that you'll get. All my perks are natural. Okay, Nemo subbed to me. Well, guess what? Nemo's always gonna have a spot. DB subbed to me. DB's always gonna have a spot. DB subbed to me. He's always gonna like get priority to sub. You know what I mean? But that's common sense. That's not like buying my love or support, because even at a beginning day, even if because there's a lot of times my subs don't even stream. Any given day, say DB didn't sub to me, I would still raid him. Just like today, who did I raid? Who did I raid today? I raided Stoudemire. Stoudemire 23. Stoudemire's not a sub to me no more. Stod doesn't sub to me no more.
But you still support him.
But I still support him. I still sub to him.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Exactly. I still show him love. I still show him the same respect. Because I understand. I get it. People don't have all that money in the world to freaking be subbing to everybody. I understand it. I still got love for Stoudemire. Yeah, he makes fun of me sometimes, but it's all the joke out of love as a brother. I got love for that boy, even if he subs to me or not. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me at all. I'm just like, okay, well, guess what? If I lose a sub, I lose a sub. Necessarily, yes, the money is a nice perk. Don't get me wrong, but I don't do this for the money. I don't. You know, granted, yeah, I have a thing up there to get my wife to go on a trip because, you know, because I believe out of anybody, my wife deserves it because my wife lets me have a freaking streaming setup with a freaking nest of cords in the middle of the living room and lets me stream whenever I want, lets me do whatever I want, and doesn't, quite frankly, excuse my language, she doesn't.
Well, that's the difference, though. It's not, you're not doing this so that you can financially benefit. This is something that you're really doing for somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
But for you personally, you're just doing what you're doing for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And if people happen to give you money, that's cool.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, and she doesn't bitch or complain. So why not do something amazing for my wife? You know? So, I mean, you know, that's what it is. Like, I do this because I love doing this. You know? I mean, like, let's be real, right? Okay, let's be honest, right? You guys know. And this is going to be the last statement I make, and we're going to end it. I promise. Okay, so...
Okay.
No, I'm serious. So the Call of Duty is like my most viewed streams. Like, I get 17 to 16 viewers at a week. You know what I mean? Or a day streaming Call of Duty. I get 100 followers. Oh, today I got 100 followers today. You know what I mean? The podcast, we're at 4 viewers right now. We've gotten 0 followers. So, hypothetically, in a quote-unquote business sense, people would be like, you need to stop the podcast. You know what I'd say? You could sit on it because I'm doing what I love to do. I don't care. It doesn't bother me that I got 4 viewers. It doesn't bother me that it's my lowest viewing thing on my channel because it's something that me and my best friend love to do. It's something that we're going to do until we just can't do it no more. Until we're like older in our diapers.
Like if we can't do it, it's gonna be because of life situations, not because of money. Like he has money, you know, for his situation. I work for a living. I make money too. Like we really have no necessity to do this for money. This is just something we do. For money.
and
so that's why we're not constantly like, hey, you know, you need to like start, you know, subbing so that you can support. No, you don't need to support. It's none of your business.
Like, if you want to, I mean, we're not gonna you know say you don't.
We're not gonna say no. You know,
right.
We're thankful for the people who have helped us out, especially for those who paid for us to go to Video Games Live. But the point we're making is like we're doing this for fun,
right?
You know
and and then that's the debate. You know, You know, I feel that people shouldn't make people feel like they got to obligated that they have to sub to that person, you know.
Y'all are obligated to do nothing for us, you know. If you like our content, we appreciate you, you know, watching and paying attention, and that's really all that we care about. But we don't need you to do anything extra crazy to keep us on the air because, you know, spending a bunch of money is not what's going to keep us on the air.
It's not gonna whether you stop subbing to me or not. Guess what? I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna stream. You can't stop me. Only way you're gonna stop me is my computer dies, and then I'll probably just go out and get another one. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So
they might have a delay in about a week or two, not being able to record, but we'll still record eventually. Yeah, and that's what it is. Like we live regardless.
Yeah, we just talked about that, Nemo. I'm looking in ways of doing that. I don't know how. I don't even know the process. He said, Nemo said this, you need to expand your podcast to something bigger like Spotify. Look at I know a lot of people who would listen to stuff like this. Well, hey, you show me the direction of the know-how, and you show me what I need to do, how I need to do it, and we'll get it on Spotify. See, that's networking right there. And what did that cost me? That cost me anything? Nothing.
That was just someone that cares about us saying, hey, here's something else you can do to get more listeners.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
That wasn't us saying, hey, please give us more information. Like,
for
the kindness of the heart helping us out.
Yeah, he didn't
and
say.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. That's how it was barter and trade back in the day. It didn't cost anything. But on that note, I will stay true to my word, and I will end the stream. And so, OG, you can take us out, my friend.
That's right. And once again, we do thank all of you guys and girls for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say, for those who are older. And, again, as far as, the week is concerned, Handy Kills Cam is still on Twitch going hard on SCOD. And then, of course, I'm still on YouTube doing the mobile gaming thing. I got my weekly 7 nights rant about people who don't know how to complain properly and other games that I like to do on my profile as well. So, keep looking at us throughout the week if you're interested in our content. Feel free to keep watching. And then next week, we'll be back again at 6:30 p.m. Till about 8-ish, depending on how often my friend talks.
I'm sorry. I told you I was taking the wheel, man. Told you I was taking the wheel.
That was dangerous. I shouldn't let you drive. You're too drunk. Go home.
I know. Yeah, definitely.
But we do thank you guys for listening, and we do appreciate your participation in the chat and everything. It does make the podcast more interesting. So thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah, and remember,
OMJ on the screen.
Yeah, oh my Jesus! Thank you for the oh my Jesus emotes. That's my emote, by the way. But yeah, you do have to sub to get that emote. But that's not. That's not me. That's Twitch. I just made the emote. Preach, Handy, preach. Hey, sometimes I do give little smaller sermons around here in the morning.
If you want to hear a sermon, go to the last episode, because that last 20, 30 minutes.
I preached.
Was definitely a sermon.
I definitely preached. I even threw some scripture in there. It was pretty interesting. Definitely go check out the last episode. But remember, tomorrow is Thursday. And so I will be over at the Able Gamers channel playing some Overwatch. I play Overwatch every Thursday. Oh yeah, he was there. Nemo was there. I'll be wrecking with Reaper at the same time, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please make sure to remember, if you're not following the Able Gamers channel, go follow it now. There's really no reason why not to. They're doing amazing things. With that said, we are out.
Later.
Oh, you know what? Let's go host somebody.
There you go.
I've been forgetting to host people when I stream the podcast. See,
Whoops.
Yeah, I've been forgetting to do that. We're gonna go host
Slacking.
Who we gonna go host? I think to make a statement, I'm gonna host somebody that does not sub to me to make a statement. Actually, we're gonna go host one of the Able Gamer people. He's really cool. He plays games with blowing a tube through his mouth, or blowing air through a tube.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool. He's like paralyzed from the waist down, and he's pretty freaking awesome. Let's go get him. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Twitter account as well. I don't know.
Here we are.
I'll work on that.
Let's go. Hold on. I gotta type Handy Raid.
Oh, sweet. Oh, snap. Handy Kill Cam, thank you so much for that host, dude.
I'll put him on my... Oh, why not? I'll put him on my auto-host list. And Twitch just asked me, you want to auto-host this person? I'm like, oh, why not?
Oh, snap. Am I getting Handy rated?
Let's see.